What we're looking at is how you're going to lay out this part of part 2 of our assignment number 1. You're going to make a line drawing of the marker value plan, and you're going to make it directly on a piece of cartridge paper. So this whole piece of cartridge paper, you're never going to cut this. It's going to remain as it is, and 18 by 24, and it's going to be both something you draw on and something you mount on. First thing to do is fold it in half. And just imagine this is your big 18 by 24 paper. You're going to make a line drawing. Really quick, freehand. Very important that it be freehand. The video is going to talk you through how to do it. The only thing about the video is that it's telling you to make a full page, a full sheet of marker paper. What we're going to do instead is to make our line drawing directly on the cartridge paper, but the size is going to be 17 inches wide like the marker paper and only 11 inches high. I'm showing you that here on our little maquette. Okay, so at the bottom you've put a border at 11 inches by 17 inches, so 11 high, 17 wide. You've drawn your geometric shapes in a ballpoint pen. Put your shadows in. This is a template, and you're going to put a piece of marker paper over top and put another 11-17 inch border, all freehand. Even when you get onto the marker paper, this is freehand. That's really, really important that you move quickly and work freehand. And the videos are going to tell you how to render them. And then on the back, you're going to put your 8.5-11 figure from the stack that I gave you today. And this person is most likely going to be the one that is going to be sitting on your sofa. So when you pick someone you like and that you think you'd like to work with, and that will be the person that's going to sit on your sofa. You don't have to draw what they're sitting on. Just outline them the way we did the figure from last week. And just with this now, just put a piece of masking tape in the 4 corners so it's temporary. We want it to be temporary because we're going to take that off and we may flip them over and have them facing the other way. This now, you use a double-sided tape to mount in the 4 corners, because that way it's on the back and we won't see it on the front. So this is double-sided on the back. On the back. Okay, so again, this is right on the cartridge paper. And you're going to draw a border that is 17 inches wide and 11 high. Then you're going to put a piece of marker paper over top. Make sure to use the back of the paper, not the front. And you're going to render it according to the second video. And then you're going to trim it and mount it up at the top. So when you bring it next week, it's going to be one full sheet with a rendering at the top and a line drawing at the bottom. Then on the back, you're going to mount your figure. After you've made your marker value plan, you're going to take another paper. Remember to use the back. Cut it into quarters, and you'll end up with the correct size. And this also is on your checklist, so you can go down that and make sure you've got all the right sizes. And you make an outline. So this is how this one started. I made an outline by putting this over my part 1. And I used black marker. You can use your 0.7 pigment liner or you could use a Sharpie, but just let the Sharpie dry before you render over with marker. Or you could use your Pentel sign pen, whichever you like, but the shadows you outline in gray. And this is on your checklist as well. And then after all the work that you did on your marker value plan, you'll be ready to render your shapes, each of them individually this time. And you take it away to do the rendering. If I rendered on top of this, it would pick up all the ink from below, and it might actually transfer to the back of my marker paper. That's how wet the paper gets. So take it away and put a fresh sheet of white paper underneath it and render it. And don't forget there's a little black border just inside the edge of your mounting paper. And this is a number 7, and it's really important that you back up your shapes. And do that on your marker value plan as well. That's a number 7 marker. So really back up your shapes and give them some definition. Now the best way to outline a sphere, I think, is to come from here and move out into the light. And if you get exhausted, if you can only carry your line this far, I don't know about you, but I can only carry a fairly good line so far, and then I start to warble. So then this is in the light, so it's okay to give up your line and then start around the other way and then give it up and leave a gap and then put another line. So you're not trying to go eek all the way around, because that's a little bit difficult. It was for me. You may find it different though. Okay, so that's the next part, and you do all 4. And when you're done, just take a little piece of double-sided tape and line this back up, and then I'll be able to flip back and forth. So just put the tape at the corners. I can't tell you how many times people have taped all 4 corners and I can't see underneath. So I need to be able to see underneath. Okay, and then you'll give this whole piece back to me. You'll give this back to me as well, with your marker value plan rendered and your drawing, your line drawing, and your little figure on the back. And you can leave your other 2 figures on the back of part 1. That will be fine.